Hello, everyone. My name is Rochelle Innocent, and I'm the founder and CEO of Project Purpose. Welcome to our channel. Our community is focused on fostering the intellectual and character development in children. We do this through our parent-child workshops that are focused on 4 themes: autonomy, self-efficacy, compassion, and self-concept, in order to cultivate grit, perseverance, and resilience in each child. And we are so thrilled to be offering one of the first of its kind digital, virtual, and continuous learning environments, enabling parents and children to connect from all around the world. At Project Purpose, our overarching mandate is to renew and rebuild family, community, and relationships. Our different social media platforms provide us with an opportunity to have discussions and to create space for all topics that relate to family, community, and relationships with ourselves as well as with others, with a primary focus on mental health and education. More precisely, the ways that the institutions of mental health and education play a role and have played a role in our societies at large. These discussions and debates provide us with an opportunity to think critically about what needs to change within these structures for us to live up to our bold slogan, support, protect, and empower each child through youth-focused development, better known as leadership in juvenescence. We recognize that in valuing our children's leadership potential, this also translates as recreating and co-creating environments, both socially and politically, that will enable our children to thrive. For those of you who are particularly keen on the topic, we also write thought pieces every other Sunday. We actually dropped a thought piece this past Sunday, so be sure to meander over to the website and check out our online content. Now, if it is the case that you are looking for a listening alternative, then feel free to listen to us wherever there are podcasts available, but we have provided you with a few links down below. Now, as is the convention, be sure to subscribe, hit that post notification bell so that you are aware of every time we post. And of course, if you like these conversations and you want to keep them going, like, comment, and share this segment. Let's get into it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another segment here on Project Purpose. For those of you who are new, we cover topics that relate to mental health, mental wellness, and education on a week-by-week basis. And today's topic of discussion is on education. And on the topic of education, we're going to be talking about the power of destruction. And I think that this is a really important conversation. And I think a lot of us, when we're being creative, we think that creating is just this process of iteration. But within that iteration process, there is an absolute necessary ingredient of destruction. And in fact, it's very hard to reach the ideal, the vision that you have in mind if you're not willing to destroy things along the way, to get a little bit messy. So where does this come from? So actually, if you didn't know, one of my degrees, I have 2 degrees and a master's in business administration, but one of my degrees is in institutional writing. And as part of my institutional writing degree, I learned the art of destruction. When you're creating a piece of work, when you're creating a piece of writing, if you want that writing to have the ability to reach its maximum potential, you have to be willing to delete. You have to be willing to erase and start again, trusting that the best of what you've written will find its way back into the new iteration. And a lot of people, when they're creating work, they find that they're so protective, they want to preserve it for what it is. They just have this emotional attachment to it that they actually end up limiting that work's ability to attain its potential because they're not destroying where destruction is necessary. So I want to talk a little bit about the power, the beauty, and the absolute necessity of destruction. When you're trying to build something big, something new, something different, you have to be willing to destroy along the way. Your best friend is the delete button, but what to destroy? And I think that it's interesting because I've done creative work. I even write blogs, but before I really started writing blogs and creating works where I'm expressing myself really on a public platform, I was doing a lot of technical writing. So in industry, I was writing technical documentation that we use to train, that we use to educate on different processes, that we use to provide peer review and how to access different parts of systems or different parts of different platforms. And what's great about being someone who writes technically is you're writing for an evolving audience, and you're also writing for an evolving platform, an evolving system, and evolving processes. So you know that everything that you write is going to be subject to change because it needs to be a reflection of reality, and reality shifts and changes. So why wouldn't the thing that we're hoping to create also shift and change in return? And so it's so important that we we build something beautiful, and even if it works, that we have in mind a timeline for when we want to destroy and build again, destroy and build anew. And that doesn't mean we like start completely from scratch each and every time, but it means that we have to be ready to. Like if as we're recreating something from it is that we started with, if we find that we can really scratch off the entire starting point and start anew, that initial idea is still going to inform whatever new development takes place. The 2.0 will still be a commemoration of the 1.0. And I think if more of us like kind of understood that concept, understood the power of destruction, of destroying work, then we would understand that it's really a pivotal point to creating work and allowing our work to maximize, to reach its maximal potential. So I wanted to come in here, I wanted to talk about that. That's something that I had to learn to do. It's funny, when I first started working and I started doing like technical documentation, I used to be so proud of my output that I would put it not only on version control, but I would only give people access to read-only versions, because I also didn't want anyone but me to touch my work. And I learned that like sometimes the best output is a product of many minds. Letting someone else destroy your work, giving someone else leeway to destroy so that you can rebuild. I mean, that is a beautiful, beautiful orchestration of ideas, of synergies, of energy being put into one output. So I've learned the value of not only being the one who is comfortable destroying my work, but also letting other people do it. And now if you think about technical spheres, we call that open source, where everyone's allowed in on one platform and they edit and revise and build off each other's ideas. And so that's really this key tenet. And I had one professor in my university degree when I was in a practical class, like learning how to write technically and how to write for specific audiences and how to be domain specific with the language that I was writing. And really, and this stuck with me, and I'm hoping that it will be of use to you. She said, perfection can only be remotely achieved through revision and rework. Your first draft of anything will never be the most perfect version of it. So you always have to keep in mind that anything you create, you are initiating a process. There's a process of evolution where maybe you'll know when the ending is, or maybe you'll feel confident that this is just the ending for now, but this is going to be an ongoing process. And I think that that's super important for all of us to learn. It is education that starts at home. I mean, I guess it started for me in more of an academic setting, but it was great information that I would love to impart on anyone who is listening here at home now, because I think if you're looking to build something new, if you're unsure what the gap is between where you are now and where it could possibly be, keep in mind the power of destruction. Like build it, destroy it, to build it again. It's like Lego for life. You know what I'm saying? In any case, that was super short and sweet, but definitely informative, but definitely important. I think that if there's anything you take away that destruction is a powerful tool. Destruction isn't something that we should ever see just in a negative way. Destruction can be a very, very powerful, positive effect on the works in progress that we have our energy in right now. In any case, that is it, but definitely not all. Now, before letting you go, I would be remiss if I didn't let you know that we will be going live at least twice a month, every month for the foreseeable future on our Facebook page. So definitely be sure to tune in. Now, these events are paid events, so if you do see yourself participating in our community on an ongoing basis, then I do suggest that you take a look at one of our package plans. Yes, so we do offer package plans over and above our live events, as well as access to webinars, workshops, largely focused on self-mastery over and above those events. So check it out. Be part of our game changer community, being part of the change that you want to see, allowing us a small role to play in your journey. We are on the road to 1K, so we do invite you to follow us across all of our social media platforms, and we look forward to chatting with all of you very soon. We'll talk to you later.